What's good, y'all? We back with another video, man. How y'all doing, man? Today we got top 10 scary GoPro recordings no one should ever see. We finna see these boys talking about, man. Hopefully you guys like the video, man. Yo, bro, finna get into the video, man.
Hello everybody, I'm your host Woody, and today we are going to be taking a look at the top 10 scary GoPro recordings no one should ever see. From haunted houses to death-defying situations, let's get into it. Number 10, the forest creature.
The forest creature.
One trend in the GoPro community is to attach a GoPro to your pet in order to see their point of view of the world. This is especially popular for dogs, as people will let them roam and then watch back the journey that they took. And that's what happened here, a GoPro attached to a dog freely roaming through the woods. But when the owner watched the footage back, they were shocked by what they saw. At one point in the video, you can see a large, dark, humanoid-like creature walking across the frame. It's very hunched over and seems to have long, hanging arms, looking to be too big to be a human and a bit more animalistic in its posture. Many people who have seen this video believe that this is a Bigfoot sighting, though many note how the dog didn't seem to react at all to the strange creature in its path, so it must be fake. But hey, the dog and the Bigfoot might be friends. You don't know their story. Number 9, train tunnel. Now this one is not anything ghostly or mysterious, but instead just a terrifying experience that took place between one man and his friends. As a lot of teenagers do, they were walking along train tracks when they came across a tunnel. Following the tracks, they continued inside and were met with an incredibly long and dark journey ahead of them.
As
they moved through the tracks, though, they realized they were in terrible danger. A light was at the end of the tunnel, but it was the light on the end of a train that was barreling towards them. The train was huge and the tunnel was narrow, meaning if they were caught inside with it, they would probably die. They make a mad sprint for the opening of the tunnel, fighting against the clock to try and save their own lives. Everything being captured on their GoPro in footage that looks straight out of an action movie. They make it out of the tunnel and only a second later, the train goes whizzing past.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. They gonna be over with, bro.
This one is similar to the last, as it was almost the video documentation of someone's final moments alive. In this video, a man named Jake has become stranded at sea after scuba diving, drifting in the ocean for hours. He pulled out his GoPro camera in order to document his final moments, saying, "That's a wrap on old Jakey." He was forced to stay afloat for a total of 6 terrifying hours, even after the sun went down and drenched him in darkness. But he says that he wasn't scared in what he believed to be his final.
But that's one of my worst fears, getting lost at sea. Imagine you waking up, you just be in the ocean, bro. You don't know what. You look around there, but Lord, man, I couldn't do that song, bro. I can't do it, man.
And said in an interview that he was actually just thirsty. It must be pretty terrible to be dying of thirst when you're surrounded by water, but you can't drink it. Fortunately for him, a plane was able to spot him thanks to the inflatable emergency marker that he was wearing on his back, and he was rescued after spending his terrifying evening at sea. It was in fact not a wrap for old Jakey. Number 7, haunted house. Urban exploration is a very popular genre on YouTube, and I've often found myself binging the videos of people walking through abandoned homes or even theme parks. Well, these YouTubers were wandering through an abandoned house and supposedly haunted house when they caught something on camera that they definitely didn't expect. They're walking through the house and the viewer can see that it's clearly been empty for a while, in a state of disrepair with garbage and graffiti all over the floors and walls. It's dark inside the home and they have a flashlight on their GoPro as they move through the layout. They reach a corner when you can see an extremely dark, shadowy figure seeming to move around the corner and hide. While you might brush it off as just someone's shadow at first, it becomes scarier as you think about it more. The footage is coming from the front of the group, the flashlight attached to the camera, and you can see that there is clearly nothing in front of the light that would have allowed this shadow to be created. So did they manage to see a ghost or a demon in this house? Number 6, the tunnel. This YouTuber decided to take a long walk down a dark tunnel because, well, who wouldn't? The tunnel was a large sewer drain that rumors said would apparently lead you to hell. So, of course, this man decided to take on the dark abandoned tunnel by himself, GoPro in hand, ready to capture whatever he might find. When he's walking, though, he starts to hear strange
don't care about
noises,
nothing,
described as the sound of metal being dragged along the floor or the wall. This doesn't stop him though, and he continues moving forward. The footage looking straight out of a found footage horror movie.
Come on,
Some viewers of the video commented on the fact that the tunnel hadn't been spray painted or torn apart like many other abandoned places, throwing out the suggestion that this is because everyone was too scared to venture into the tunnel, even for a bit of easy vandalism.
Why would you go in there?
Not long into his journey, his battery starts to die, so he makes his way back to the exit, still hearing the sound of scraping metal. Number 5. Motorcycle shadow. For the halfway part of this list, we are taking a look at another weird and unexplainable shadow, but this one took place in broad daylight. This person was taking a ride around town on their motorcycle when they realized they needed gas, and fortunately there was a gas station close by, so he pulled up, parking his motorcycle and getting ready at the pump. He's fumbling with his card when viewers can see the shadow of a person quickly walking by, reflected on the pump. The man on the motorcycle sees it too and whips his head around to see who's there, as the shadow appeared to show the person right behind him. But as he looks around, we can see that there isn't anyone even near him, and no one walking by in the distance who may have ran past. It's clear from the placement of the shadow that the person should have been close behind him, but nobody's there. Some people believe that it may be the shadow of a ghost or perhaps some other interdimensional being. Number 4, creature. People don't just use GoPros to take videos of their daily rides on motorcycles. It's also incredibly popular to strap them to your helmet and film your trail on your bicycle. And that's exactly what this person did. They were filming their ride down a trail in their home village, preparing footage for their future video content. They then turn down a pathway that has tall walls on either side, when suddenly a strange creature jumps down onto the ground beside the bicycle. The man filming is shocked and stops, turning around to see that the creature is already gone. He said that he thought it was a dog, but on reviewing the footage, it seems more like a monkey.
Oh yeah, like a monkey. Yeah, it had a tail
hybrid between the two. He says that he was so shocked because it didn't make any sound, even when it hit the ground. Viewers say that it doesn't appear to be a monkey and moved much too fast, disappearing way quicker than any normal creature. Do you think it's a monkey, or do you think it might be something more mysterious? Number 3, zip line. We're back with another terrifying situation that I know would personally be my worst nightmare, and I would never want to be caught in it. These two people were zip lining when they stared down their potential deaths. They became trapped on the zip line when they discovered there was a knot in the cord and they would not be able to move forward any further, the clip being too small to go over it. You would never catch me willingly going for a zip line ride, but a zip line that looks like it's been tied together with a failed Boy Scout knot? No thank you. Watching the video is terrifying, as you're able to see just how high above the ground these people are, and imagining yourself stuck up there is enough to get almost anyone scared. After continuously trying and failing to move forward down the zip line, they eventually make the decision to detach themselves and jump off. Don't worry though, they were equipped with a parachute and were able to make it to the ground safely. Number 2, abandoned house. We're back to urban exploration again, this time at an abandoned house in my home country of Canada. Just like most abandoned locations, and the last one featured on this list, the home was torn apart and vandalized, covered in garbage, rubble, and inappropriate graffiti. The people exploring the home were already put on edge by the dark and dilapidated atmosphere, but the more time they spent in there, the worse it got. They noticed that one of the doors in the home appeared to be opening and closing on its own, opening really wide before slamming against the door frame. They said that what they were feeling is unable to be conveyed through what you just see in the video, saying they felt like some dark presence was there with them and feeling more scared than they had ever been. When they looked behind the door that was moving on its own, it was clear that there was no one else within the home manipulating it, at least not anyone living. Number 1, asylum guest. When it comes to urban exploration, one of the most popular destinations is old abandoned asylums. They are usually popular for their long and typically dark histories and the potential to find creepy artifacts within the walls. It's also believed by a lot of people that ghosts are born out of having a tragic death or unfinished business, something that would happen a lot at these now shut down hospitals. These YouTubers were exploring an abandoned asylum when they realized that they weren't alone, except it likely wasn't a ghost that was hiding within the walls.
Bro.
Despite there being no other cars around the building or other signs
you
of
would
life,
see no
they
black
see
person
someone
going
standing
in,
beside
no
a
haunted
set of
house, no
stairs,
asylum,
appearing to be on their
bro.
cell phone as they were illuminated by the light of the screen. They try to communicate with the person, but he doesn't respond to them. Instead of sticking around to find out more like a proper horror movie protagonist, these guys cleared the area, leaving behind the asylum and the person who seemed to be living in the middle of nowhere. Thank you guys for watching. That was 10 scary.
As you should leave, bro. You ain't supposed to be in the first place, you know. But that's crazy, bro. Half of them clips, people should not be in where they was at in the first place, bro. I don't understand why you even at haunted houses and ghost asylums. It's crazy jump, bro. But that was top 10 scariest GoPro recordings. Hopefully you guys like the video and have a great day, man.